Don't give me that look. It's all fun and games until the vet asks about your A1C level. What do you think? Should I talk to him about how we can maybe improve our diabetes? How we can avoid diabetes, maybe? Okay, let's do it. The reason why I want to talk about diabetes today is because I have prediabetes. I got diagnosed probably like over a year ago, and because I was eating too many sugars. It's irritating, right? You eat too much sugar, and next thing you know, you feel like you need to go to sleep. Your whole body feels like it's just like drained. It's like, what happened to me? It's really weird, right? And then I'll drink coffee, and I'm trying to stay awake. It helps. It does help for a little while, right? But after I eat, it just boom, the sugar rush. If I eat too much sugar gets into my bloodstream, and now I'm in trouble, right? So, um, this 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 information I'm sharing comes from the American Diabetes Association, doctor named Dr. Berg, and he talks about healthy keto plan that you can do. And then Harvard Health Publishing, right? Basically, stress and diabetes. We're going to talk about that. And then Barbara O'Neill, talk about maybe if there's ways that you can self-heal with natural remedies, from her New Star Press, Understanding Prediabetes and Diabetes. So type or prediabetes, right? That's when, your blood sugar elevates. And, but they say that one you can reverse with lifestyle changes. So that's where I'm at. I'm trying to reverse it. I have it. I'm trying to reverse it. Okay. Type 1 diabetes, right? Well, it's an autoimmune condition, right? Attacking insulin producing cells. And then type 2 is when it's a metabolic disorder, and, with insulin resistance, basically, and it's linked to diet and a lifestyle. And the symptoms, yeah, exactly. The symptoms are this: you get increased thirst. I remember one day it was just like, I woke up, all right, no, I was going to bed, and I was thirsty. Like, we're just so thirsty. My mouth's dry. Why is my mouth dry? I pounded bottles of water. I'm still thirsty. Then here's the other problem. Now I have to go to the bathroom all the time. I'm like, man. So now I'm trying to drink water, and then I'm having to go to the bathroom, and I'm trying to go to bed. It was bad. It was a bad situation, right? So, frequent urination, yep, and then fatigue, and then blurred vision. So, the story about blurred vision is that when I went to the doctor and they said, okay, you got prediabetes, they checked my glucose levels. As soon as I cut them down, I went online, I did some research, I cut them down, the sugars, and I'm sitting in front of the class. I'm reading to my students, right? And usually I have to get my little readers on, right? My eyes, I can read, like right now, I can read this fine, no problem. And that's because I cut down my sugars. Like, I literally could not read this. Like, I would be blurry. I'd have to, you can ask my students. I'd have to go by the window. I'd have to get my little glasses on. I had to do whatever I can to get the lighting right. But now, it's crazy. That was like more than a year ago. My eyes have improved. They were getting bad for a couple of years, and then, but then when I eat too much sugar, I could feel like my eyes, I could feel they get blurry. So it's that simple. It's just like, damn, man, the sugars are really, really messing us up, right? Barbara O'Neill talks about, she says that to manage your diabetes, we want to focus on more of the lower glycemic foods, right? So like leafy greens, berries, and nuts. Maybe focus on those types of foods. You want to avoid refined carbs, right? White bread, sugar, processed foods. Those are very bad for anybody, let alone diabetics. Healthy fats, avocados, olive oil, nuts, are good for blood sugar stability. Balanced meals, so proteins, fats, and fiber-rich carbs are good for steady energy. So if you could start focusing on those foods, and you might want to write these down if you don't have them written down already, and just make a list. And then the ketogenic diet, this is from Dr. Berg. He recommends, low carb, high fat, for stable blood sugar and reduced insulin spikes. So that's what that is. Insulin spikes, when it spikes up and the next thing you know, you're just like tired. Oh man, I hit a wall. Like, what did I didn't do anything. So it's getting in your bloodstream. And then intermittent fasting is what I do. I love it. It seems to be great. It reduces insulin resistance and promotes fat burning. The thing about intermittent fasting though is that like my science teacher was telling me at school that you got to make sure you have some, fiber. Make sure you have enough fiber. Make sure you have some maybe steel cut oats or something like that somehow. So I do splice that in there. I'll have that with my eggs. And then cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, kale are great for liver support, with the gut health, right? This is super important. So probiotics, fermented foods, are great for gut health. Bone broth repairs gut lining and reduces inflammation. I need to get better on avoiding irritants myself. I gotta cut a couple things back, but nobody's perfect, right? So, and then Dr. Berg says apple cider vinegar boosts insulin sensitivity and digestion. Digestive enzymes improve nutrient absorption and gut health. So, reducing stress is going to be important, and getting your hormones in balance. So Barbara recommends yoga, deep breathing, and meditation. And then the supplements would be taking magnesium, zinc, vitamin B complex. Basically, that's to support your adrenal function. And I do take all of these. Plus, I take probably about 9 more different supplements every day that are crucial for me, for my body. Everybody's different, right? And then Dr. Berg was saying that intermittent fasting again, right? Talking about it helps regulate cortisol levels and supports hormone balance. It really does. When I'm intermittent fasting in the morning, I feel like if I eat something, it throws me off. So I really need to know. I can't eat till like maybe 11 or 12 or 1, right? I wait. And then, so if I'm not eating after 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock at night, and then I'm all night long, I'm not eating anything. And the next day I'm not eating anything. And then I work out, and then I eat like at 12. I'm so hungry. My body wants, and everything's being used to muscles, right? I'm already burning some of the sugars, right? But now everything's going to be, all the food and the nutrient stuff is going to start, my muscles are going to eat it up. It's going to be like, I'm hungry. So then when I eat, I can eat more than I usually eat. Instead of 3 eggs, I have 4 eggs, I'll have a little more meat. I'll have maybe more vegetables, because I'm hungry and I'm eating like a meal and a half instead of 1. And then I'll do that again later in the day after I have a snack in between. So, but, I recommend, following these guys' plans, protocols, because these guys are the best. Electrolytes, right? You make sure you have enough electrolytes, right? Potassium, magnesium, sodium, so those are some great tips, for, people that are struggling with diabetes. Hopefully you guys find some kind of help from the information I shared in this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'm going to continue to put out videos like this, just because I want people to know that you can eat certain foods that are good to support these certain conditions. And then, the other videos I'm going to have, they'll be on food and exercise, longevity, and I'm even splicing in now some of the, some history videos Have a good day.